So we're back with another episode recap of the Shy. This is called Safe Harbor. And what do we see? We see somebody in action, boy. It looked like they are robbing ATMs, going from to ATM, snatching all the cash. This is wild. It looks like this is Reg and Jake, and they are robbing everything, looking at the cameras on the ATM machines, and they are getting all the cash that they can out of whatever it is. Man, they got some type of scam going on, and obviously it's working. Even though there's cameras there, they are masked up. Still, they are robbing, stealing, looting, and everything else like that. So this is how they're gonna get their money. Now we're at some pickup spot right here, and we see, who do we see? We see Nuck and the fellas, and they are picking up some boxes, looks like some pills or whatever. And all of a sudden, this car races up on the crew, and everybody's running and scrambling and all of this and that. And this dude, he dropped a box of pills or whatever the case is. And then some guy pops out and he rolls over the Nuck and he's like, "What's up? What's going on?" Right? And he looking all flamboyant. Yo, why you late? You know what I'm saying? And you looking real flashy, man. What I tell you about being flashy? He's like, "Yo, man, I just bought a couple of things, right?" And he's not even urgent, or he's not even on some respectful tip. He's late to the pickup and he's acting like this is his world. So Nuck is like, "Yo, you see you being flashy and I told you not to be flashy." Boom. Your man Nux pulls out the strap and pops this dude, and he is done. Man, Nuck is looking around. He's like, "See what I tell y'all, man? When you're being too flashy, you should be on the low." And then everybody, all the fellas, they taking the chain, putting it right into their shirts, man. Your boy Nuck is rolling around and making sure that his crew fears him, and Bakari notices everything. Now we got Detective Toussaint. She is back in the shop, and she's on the phone with her son. And they're talking about a couple of things and everything else like that. And he's obviously locked up because they asked, "Would you accept this call?" And she accepted the call. So he's asking for a couple of things that he needs. And she's like, "You know what? Let me make some phone calls." It says, "I love you." And they show this picture of a necklace. It must be her son. Meanwhile, Reg and Jake, they are out shopping. And talk about not being flashy. Here we go. Your boy Reg is picking up that chain. They got all this cash now. And he's feeling good, buying stuff up. He's like, this is an investment. Wasn't trying to be flashy, but Jake is like, "That's nice." Turn around, he went ahead and bought Jake a chain too. He's like, "This is an investment. It is what it is." You know what I'm saying? Don't let no white folks convince you that it's not okay to wear chains and the rock gold and all of this and that. Just be yourself and don't even worry about it. I'm saying basically be unapologetic. Meanwhile, we're in the pool house and we got Keisha and Tiff, and they are talking and chatting it up. And they're basically talking about Nuck. And she probably told Keisha, "Dudes is trying to holler at me and all of this and that." And she's like, "Well, why not?" She's like, "Well, why not go ahead and do it?" She's like, "I don't got no time for it. And I'm not really feeling that right now. I'm just trying to have the baby, focus on the baby. I'm not trying to get into a relationship right now," right? Meanwhile, who's ear hustling? Of course, Alicia is ear hustling, listening to the conversation, walking by like she's not listening, but she hears every word that is being said. And she hears Tiffany talk about how, yeah, she just wants to focus on the baby, which is the right thing to do. But she's like, "We're going to handle everything." Keisha's like, "We're going to handle everything." She's like, "That's not fair." She's like, "Well, you offered to help." So they're like, "We good? You good?" They keep going back and forth with this friction. We'll see what happens with them. So your boy Jamel is telling Lene, "Hey, we getting married. I'm going to need you to be the best woman or whatever, and the witness." And she's like, "Well, what about this? And what about that?" And questioning Jamel is like, "Yo, listen, I just need you to be there." You know what I mean? You asking wild questions. Well, if you want me to be the maid of honor, then I'm going to ask mad questions. You know what I'm saying? So she's trying to give him a hard time, but he's like, "Look, I just need you to be there. Just be my witness. Thank you. Can you just do that for me?" And she's like, "Fine." She's trying to be the little sister, the concerned sister, but he's just like, "Yo, just be there. Just stand right there." Meanwhile, Hannibal is going to check out Tiff and see what she grew as far as the shrooms and the mushrooms. And she's like, "I grew it myself and this, that, and the third." And Hannibal's very impressed by it. He's like, "So now you need to get somebody to test it out." She's like, "Well, I'm not going to test it out." And he's like, "Well, I never know how good my product is unless I test it out." So you need to find somebody to test out your product. So now we are on the yacht, and your boy Rashad is cleaning up the yacht. And Alicia's like, we got people, we hired people to clean that. He's like, well, I just wanted to do it. I just wanted to do this. I like cleaning or whatever, right? And she's like, well, we got people to do that. I'm gonna need you to come with me to our party. And he's like, well, I'm not gonna do that. I got plans with Trig, with Victor, meeting up with Tiff. You're supposed to be trying out some new stuff. She's like, you really gonna skip out being with me and my friends? She's like, you got rich friends and they're boring. I'm gonna skip out. I'm gonna go hang with my boy. Already got an appointment. I'm gonna go and do some drugs, right? And she's like, well, he said, I'll pick you up. She's like, well, don't be late, right? She's giving him attitude because he refuses to go to her ritzy boat party, right? So here we are with Reg and Jake, and they are in the G-Wagon, and they are at the harbor, right? They're watching all these folks go in and all of this and that. And Jake is like, why are we here? What are we doing? He's about to get out the car. And he's like, no, I need you to be with me at all times, because he was going to go to the party too. And Reg is on some, nah, I'm going to need you to stay right by my side. He's like, why? I need you by my side. You know what I'm saying? Because I trust you. I don't trust anybody else, right? So Jake is staying in the car, and he's reluctantly staying there. But man, Reg is a big bully to Jake. Reg is just pushing him around, telling him what to do, just whatever. And he's coughing because he's smoking. It's too much smoke. And Reg is on some, yo, don't let me have to snatch that chain off your neck. You know what I'm saying? Basically, man up, man. Victor texts Jake, yo, you good, bro? And he's like, yeah, he really doesn't want to be there. He don't want to scope out the thing with Reg. He really does not want to be there, man. Reg is on some scope out stuff. And this is not Jake's mission. Jake wants to sell clothes. You know, so meanwhile, Darnell has his own boat. Seems like everybody got their own boat out in the Shy. And here comes Emmett and their brother. And they rolling up on the spot. And Damien, he just doesn't want to be there. He's just like, man, this is not luxurious. What is this about? And Darnell's like, yo, we going to hang out on my boat. We don't got to hang with the ritzy people and all this and that. And I'm going to barbecue, and I got some music, and I'm just going to kick back, and we're going to have a good time. And Emmett's like, they got all types of stuff, wine and stuff over there. They got a DJ or whatever. Darnell's like, listen, I'm the chef and the DJ. You know what I'm saying? Put some music on, boy. Put some music on, right? So he's like, the Bluetooth's over there. And Emmett's like, yo, I don't hear nothing. There's nothing coming out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because Darnell's like, this sounds good. He's like, there's nothing coming out of it. I don't hear nothing, Pops. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Oh, that's because it's in my Bluetooth. Darnell is one of the most hilarious characters, and I love Darnell, man. Well, he's like big unk. So we got your girl Dom, and Lene's there. She's just like, I'm ready, but I'm a little nervous, and all this and that. And Lene is giving Dom a hard time. She's like, you asking her questions, and she's like, is that why you a pass around? And she's like, look, I'm a grown woman. I will not be told who I'm going to sleep with. Just like these guys do the same thing. I'm out here doing it. That's my past. Now I'm trying to get married. I'm going to get married to your brother because I love him and all of this and that. He's treated me well. And she eventually just apologizes to Dom for calling her a pass around. And she's saying that she doesn't feel seen and feel heard. And Dom apologized to her. Yo, I'm sorry you don't feel seen or heard, and feel like we take your thoughts into consideration. So they apologize to each other. And hopefully it stays all good. But Lene, she just wants to be included in whatever plans that are going on. They graduated high school. She wants to feel like she's a part of it. So they both apologize, and they make peace with it, and they hug each other, and it's all good. So hopefully it stays that way. But Lene, again, she is still young, so we'll see what happens with Dom, Lene, and Jamel. And Lala, a.k.a. Dom, she's looking good. Let's get to it. So here we are with Nuck, and he's talking to Pastor Z. And they're talking about leadership. They're talking about this, that, and the third. And just as far as Nuck really trying to change his life, they've been working together. So here comes this other guy. And he rolls up and he's talking and he's like, excuse me, I keep looking over at my car because I'm watching my car because some guys jacked somebody else's car last week. I'm just making sure nobody jacks my car. And Nuck is like, really? What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Somebody jacks your car. It's Nuck's people jacking people's cars. That's what they were doing when Duda was around. So Nuck is like, yo, what you gonna do if they do jack your car? He's like, well, I'm gonna call the authorities or whatever, right? And Nuck is just smirking for real. And he's like, who is this guy? And the Pastor Zeke is like, oh, this is Nathaniel. He's like, Nathaniel? It's like, okay, well, let me go with my wife, right? So this guy walks away and Nuck is like, yo, who's Nathaniel, B? "Nah, I was just trying to help." He's like, yo, I don't need any help. Does it look like I need any help? You know what my name is. Basically checking the pastor. And your boy is like, yo, you better respect me. I'm going to take you out. And Pastor Zeke looking at him like, yo, he just checked me like that when I was trying to help him out. So here we go with Tracy, boy. They say that Tracy's for the streets. I still love Tracy. She still look good to me. But Tracy's talking to Jada. And they're out there and they're on the prowl. And again, they're talking about just being out there and Tracy getting out there and getting hers. And here we go. Here comes Pastor Charles. And he rolls up. Hey, how you doing, ladies? Right? Oh, this is my friend Jada. Oh, how you doing? Very nice to meet you. All of this and that. Now, again, Jada knows what's going on. She's heard what's going on with Charles before. But he's trying to be real cordial, real nice and all this and that. It's like, I hear you take care of a lot of the people. He's like, I really get along with the ladies. I try to just pray for them and all of this and that. And Jada's like, I heard about that. And he's like, what? His face, you could tell he was thrown off guard that Jada heard that he's good with the ladies at the church, right? So a lot of guys are going around, but he's definitely caught off guard with that comment. You could tell by his face. He's just like, so Jada don't play that. And Tracy don't play that either, but she falls victim to these guys, these players, these bad character guys. You know what I mean? So here we are. We got the judge, we got the professor, and we got Alicia, boy. And she sees Bakari. She's like, Bakari over here, right? So Bakari, he's on the boat. He's all dressed in white. And he comes up, rolls up. And she's like, I'm glad you was able to make it. And he's like, I've never seen anything like this before. I've never been around anything like this. She got her rich friends. And then she's like, I want to introduce you to Hannah. And Hannah is a publicist and all of this and that. I want you to get to know her. Da-da. And Bakari is looking like, yo, who is this white lady? Why are you introducing me to this lady? Bakari really doesn't know, but this is the publicist. I want you guys to have a conversation. She gets to know you and all this. I heard all about you. I heard all about your book. So Professor walks away with his wife. He's like, now she's hooking him up with publicists. She's like, are you jealous? He's like, nah, I'm not jealous. Do you think it's good? Yeah, she's trying to look out for his best interest. Do you really think that's going on? So they're questioning Alicia's good intentions, right? So now we see Nuck and the pastor on the side of their yacht. And yes, we are out here with Reg and Jake. And Jake is like, what are we doing? Yo, I'm scoping the place out, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to take this guy out. He's like, well, why can't you just work with him? And he's like, yo, man, I got to take him out because there can't be two bosses out here. I got to take him out, got to scope out the area. And that's why you're here, to be right by my side. You know what I'm saying? Be right by my side. That's what we doing. So Jake is like, just be careful. And Red turns around and he's on some, yo, don't be a B. You know what I mean? Stop acting like a B. And it's like, yo, Jake expressing his concern for his brother is being a B. That's kind of wild. Again, Red says some crazy stuff to Jake. And Jake, he looks like he really doesn't want to be there, but he does want to be there for his brother. Now, meanwhile, back at Victor's house, Tiffany brings up the mushrooms. She's like, so you're going to go through this. You're going to have an out-of-body experience. So I want you to go through this and feel this and feel that. And then I want you to tell me everything that happened, right? It's for real. I got to tell you everything. Well, you don't got to get into all the details, but I need to know specifically that this works. So I'm testing it out. You guys are my tech crash test dummies. And I'm going to need you to take this and tell me how you feel, right? He's like, well, if I have an out-of-body experience, is that going to take me somewhere? She's like, it's going to take you somewhere, but you're going to be all right. Just let me know what you're going to experience, right? And then we see a little moment with Tiff and Victor, right? And Rashad notices too, you know what I'm saying? She's like, you're going to be all right. Just let me know what you're experiencing, right? And she's looking at him, trying to instruct him, but also looking at him with the googly eyes. And he's looking back too, for real, you know what I mean? So that this is happening right here, that these two have something, there's some type of chemistry. There's something going on right there, but your boy is just looking down at her. And I'll tell you what's going on. I'll tell you what happened. So she's like, okay. And they have this moment. And it's like, come on, are y'all really going to get together? Because Nuck tried to kiss Stephanie and she pushed him away. So is Victor going to be getting with Tiff? Again, they keep playing around with us. She's like, all right, I'll be back, but let me know what happens, right? So Rashad is looking at Victor and he's like, don't look at me like that. I'm saying, let's just take this, let's get it out of the way. All right, this stuff looks wild. We're going to need a chaser or whatever the case is, and cheers, and they cheer each other with the shrooms, and then they take the shrooms. And it must taste nasty because they got to get a piece of gum or something after that to go with it, right? So here we are, we're still on the boat with your boy Emmett, and he's with his brother and Darnell. And they get to talking, and they're talking about all this and that. And they're also talking about how he believes that Nuck is trying to make a move on Tiff. And Damien's like, yo, so you look a little bit concerned about that. He's like, nah, I'm not concerned at all. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to holler at her. Tiff is the mother of EJ, which is Emmett's son. So he's just like, it is what it is. But we all know that Emmett still has slight feelings for Tiff. And he can't hold it back. How Emmett is. He tries to hide his feelings, but it's obvious that he definitely has concern about it. And they're listening to him, but they see right through it all that he has some type of feelings about Nuck trying to holler at Tiff and Tiff moving on. And he did express that concern as well. So here we are at the wedding ceremony with Jamel and Dom. And Lene is there as the witness. And we have the ghetto priest himself. Boy, this is Tiff's old jump off. And she's like, Lene's like, is he even qualified? And all this and that. And Dom was like, he got his certificate online, right? And he's like, don't worry about it. I'm saying I am qualified to do this. But he has his own special way of marrying these two, right? And of course, Papa's like, oh my God, this can't be real, right? I'm saying the ghetto priest, right? So Jamel is standing there looking, he's ready to lock in with Dom. And he's like, he's having all of these crazy sayings, man, but it's just not like the traditional wedding, which is kind of funny. But at the same time, he's just keeping it real. It's like, yo, y'all gonna have to lock in with each other and get your freak on with each other and get freaky with each other, hold each other down. The way that he's talking is not a regular wedding at all. And I guess that's what they want. They wanted this type of wedding because they both have a past and they both are just being married by somebody who also has a past as well. So it's very unorthodox, but they say their vows to each other and it's real nice or whatever the case is. And he's serious, boy. He smiles and then he gets the serious face and he's showing her that he's serious about being her husband. And they're saying all the vows to each other. And this guy's like, all right, he's saying some wild stuff, but it goes with what they're doing here, right? So, of course, they get the ring. Of course, they say their vows. They get the rings and it's about to go down. Even though it's very unorthodox, it's still happening. And he's pouring his heart out to Dom, pouring his heart out because he definitely loves her and he wants it to happen. So they get the rings. Where's the rings? You know what I'm saying? Where's the rings at? So they get the rings. Lene is still looking like this is kind of wild, right? It's kind of wild. And man, it's nice in its own way, right? It's very unique how this is going down. Papa is laughing because Papa comes from traditional, whatever the case is. And he's like, all right, you may now tongue down the bride. You know what I'm saying? Wild, but yes, they get their kiss on. It's a celebration. And now Jamel is married to Dom, all right? They are married, lawfully wedded, newlyweds and everything. And they look happy and they look like, hey, we did it. Regardless, who would ever think that Dom would get married, right? And there they are taking the picture and it's all good. And the next scene right after that, it is time to get busy because they've been holding back all this time to get busy. You know what I'm saying? So now they can get busy and don't have to worry about it. Now, VACAY is talking to Hannah, and Hannah's like, just want to hear your story. You tell your story, and it's going to be great. You just got to tell your stories. I just want my story to be told, but she's really on some, she really wants him to talk about how he's overcome this and overcome that. Everybody loves a redemption story, and so if you can sell drugs, you can sell a book, because it's all about selling books. He's like, I don't want to just sell books. I just want to tell my story. She's like, well, what do you do to make money? He's like, I'm not telling you that. I'm not going to answer that. How dare you ask me that? She's like, that's good. You're holding back for the book, right? So here comes Alicia. How are you guys getting along? And she's like, I want him. VACAY's like, excuse me? You want to buy me? She's like, no, I want a story. I want his life rights, which is wild. Life rights. Crazy, dog. It's crazy how she's just talking, but Alicia's like, great. It's time for a celebration. Now, again, Bakari didn't agree to this, but because she says she wants his life rights to his book, it seems to be automatic, right? So Zeke and Nuck, they're talking, and he's talking about leadership, and he's telling him he had to take down another body. And he's like, yo, why are you leading like this? He's like, yo, this is the only way I know to lead. This is the best way to lead, in fear. And Zeke is like, yo, right, there's other ways to lead. So he's trying to steer him in the right direction without having him take out anybody. Bakari is on the side of the boat, and he doesn't look happy at all. Alicia comes by, hey, congratulations, I was looking for you. It's time to celebrate. And he's like, I don't want to deal with that white woman. I don't want that white woman making money off my book, period. And she's like, look, I've been helping you. I've been helping you all this time. It's time to move forward. He's like, well, I don't want to move forward with her. She's like, well, I've been helping you, period. He's like, well, what if I don't want to help anymore? She's like, well, it's kind of too late for that. You know what I'm saying? I've already invested in you. I've already helped you. Too late. You took the help. It is what it is. So now Bakari's in a position where he doesn't want this lady Hannah to handle his book and make more money off of his book than he's making, right? So here we are with the fellas, and your boy Damien's on some, yo, so you want to do some spades tournament? And they're like, yo, we just taught you spades, and now you want to be in a tournament? Come on, man. He's like, yo, what's up, Pops? You want to do that? He's like, nah, spades ain't about money. It's about pride and all this and that. He's like, yo, you shouldn't be gambling anyway. And then your boy Emmett looks at him, yo, what does that mean? He doesn't know that Damien has a gambling problem. So he looks to Emmett, and Emmett's like, yo, you on your own, B. You on your own. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, Damien, you on your own. If you're going to bet and lose money, that's on you. You're not going to bring them into it because they got wives and they got people who they got to answer to and take care of. They don't want to lose no money. Meanwhile, these two, Victor and Rashad, they are so high right now. They just sitting there staring into space. The shrooms have hit them, and they are in another world right now. This was crazy. Your boy Victor, he goes to the mirror. He's looking at himself. It's going back and forth, phasing in and out. Right? He washes his face. And then the next thing, he looks at the mirror, and he sees himself, but he sees Trig on the other side with a do-rag. And Trig is putting his hands through the mirror and about to grab on the Victor's neck. He's about to strangle Victor, and he's strangling Victor, and he's like, oh, it's going crazy. The screen is going crazy. It gets to the point where he falls out on the ground. At this point, I'm like, yo, is he gone? Is he unalive? But no, he starts moving around. He's scared out of his wits. He is just on the ground right now. And then the next thing, we see another scene, and we see your boy Rashad. And Rashad is sitting at a table, and it looks to be like he's sitting at a table with his mom. His mom is just drinking, and it goes around in a circle. He tries to show his mom. This is Rashad as a kid trying to show his mom a piece of paper, and she just waves away. And Rashad is looking at himself as a kid. So he's like, Rashad, and he wakes up Rashad. He's like, you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. And he's like, what did you see? And he's like, I saw myself. And these guys, they are just so high, out of body experience. They are just gone right now. They are gone. So the professor and the judge rolls up on Bakari. He's like, how you doing? How you feeling? He's like, I'm fine. He's like, tell the truth. He's like, yo, I don't want that white lady handling my stuff, man. I don't want her handling my stories. Well, that's kind of how it goes in the industry. You sell your book to the publishing company, and they give you an advance and all this and that, and then they try to sell the book. He's like, well, what if I want to just self-publish? It's possible, but it's way more work, right? It's way more work. You can't just wheezy your way out of this, but it's way more work. He's like, I could do it, right? It's possible. So the professor's like, let me look into it, see how much it costs, but it is possible, but you have to put in way more work than you're doing right now. So even the professor was like, I don't trust that lady either. So he doesn't like her either. Meanwhile, we got the ladies on this boat. Seems like a gospel boat. And your boy Charles is talking to all the ladies. And Jade is talking to this random lady. And it's like, you know what you hear about Charles? Charles definitely, he's a good Christian man. And He comes over and let's just say that he knows how to get the ladies on their knees. And Jada's like, to pray, right? She's like, to pray, absolutely. And Jada, she don't believe what this lady's saying. She just takes a drink on your knees to do something else, not just pray, right? So Alicia's with her rich friends and they're having a good time. And your boy Zeke notices Alicia on the other boat and she looks back. And Zeke is like, yo, who is this lady? Oh, that's Alicia, or whatever the case is. Oh, she looks rich. He's like, whatever. And Nuck is like, yo, F her, right? He don't like her. Because you remember Alicia pulled the strap out on him while he was sleeping. So she snuck up on him, had to drop on Nuck. And then he told Alicia that Zay was the one that took out Rob and lied. Meanwhile, we see Reg and Jake, and Reg is scoping out the scene and scoping out your boy Nuck. He's like, yo, I got to take this guy out. I'm going to need you to be by my side. If I start a war, are you going to be by my side? And Jake, of course, is hesitant in the whole nine. But he's like, yo, you need to stop hanging with this guy too, Bakari. He's like, he got to do with, he don't got nothing to do with nothing. He's like, your beef ain't my beef. He's like, your beef is my beef. And Reg is just, again, bullying Jake around, making him feel small and making him feel like a little small person. And Jake is just taking it because that's his brother, right? If that wasn't his brother, I don't think Jake would take it. But Reg is bullying his brother around, telling him he can't hang out with Bakari anymore. So here we go with Jada, and Jada is talking to Tip. And she's like, listen, man, this guy, Charles, man, there's a lot of gossip going on, and he's making women get on their knees, and not just to pray. So Charles comes, he's like, here you go. Passes Jada a drink, passes Tracy a drink. And the buzz is out there, the word is out there that your boy Charles is a HOE. So, of course, Tracy's going to ask him some questions and get down to the bottom of it. All right, so these guys, back to Rashad and Trig, and man, they are out of it. And they're like, yo, do we got to tell her everything? Nah, you don't got to tell her everything. Just tell her what you can. And they're going back and forth because they have to deal with the fact that they seen themselves in one way, shape, or form. They've seen the insecure side of themselves or the side that wants to break out. For Victor, Trig wants to come out and be Trig again. And for Rashad, he just wants to be nurtured by a mother figure. And that's probably why he is with Alicia, right? A mother figure. So he's trying to find love and trying to find that mother figure and that mother love that he never got as a child. And they're like, man, I'm exhausted. I'm going to sleep. So these guys are so high, they get so exhausted from all of that, they go to sleep. So Tracy's like, look, man, talking to Charles, look, man, I heard a lot about you, and seems like you get along with all the ladies. She's like, how many ladies did you F around with on the boat? And he's like, well, how many ladies are on the boat? And she walks away. He's like, Don, I'm just kidding. Look, the rumor's out there. I'm not perfect. I'm a human. I'm a man. And sometimes I mess around with these ladies, but I'm a single man. I'm trying to just get it right. But I'm trying to pursue you. And she's like, you say that to all the ladies? Nah, I'm really just trying to lock in with you. And she's like, all right, we'll see. And he's smiling at her. And you already know, man, this guy, Playboy Charles, is on the prowl trying to lock down Tracy. And of course, Tracy is giving him a challenge. And I guess he likes a challenge, right? He doesn't like it easy. So he's going to do what he got to do to get with Tracy, man. He a playboy, a wannabe playboy. Meanwhile, Alicia is on the side of the harbor waiting on her man, boy. Meanwhile, Reg is still scoping out the scenery, and he's asking Jake, yo, who is that? Oh, it's Alicia. That's Alicia. She's real rich. She got money. She got a lot of money. That's good to know. So he's making mental note of what's going on and who's who. Right, so Alicia calls Rashad. Rashad, he was sleeping. He gets up. He's supposed to pick me up. You're late. And he's like, oh, shoot, I'm sorry, baby. I'm going to get it going right now. I'm going to get you right now. He's like, damn, I messed up, right? I'm going to come get you right now. Don't worry about it. I'm coming right now. She's like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I will figure it out. Meanwhile, your boy, Pastor Zeke, rolls up on Alicia. And he's like, hey, do you need a ride? And she looking at him like, yo, who are you? Or whatever the case is. But it doesn't take long for her to be like, and they walk away. I guess she assessed him from head to toe in 2.5 seconds. And she's like, let's go. Meanwhile, Papa is dropping off Lene. Now, they used to mess around or whatever case is, or he tried to holler at Lene a long time ago. She ain't give him no play, but she's very thankful. I'm seeing a little vibe. I'm seeing that your boy Papa is looking at her in a certain type of way. She not with Bakari. So let's see what happens, man. I don't know if Papa would do that to Bakari, but again, Papa's looking for love. So we see that your boy Pastor Zeke is sitting down with Alicia. And he's like, what does it take for you to come to my church? And she's like, oh, I'm not religious. Don't listen to that. He's like, oh, you that type, right? He's like, yo, I just can't waste my time. He's like, you the type that somebody was close to you and they disappointed you. You can see her face change. He got her number. And he's like, yo, what's wrong with taking time to give praise to God? She's like, I don't got time for that. He's like, so what do you want? He's like, I want you to send me every man that is unaliving people for no apparent reason. I want you to give me their name and let me know who they are. And I'll take care of it from there. He's like, well, why should I do that? She's like, well, for every the one that you send to me, I'm going to make sure we give a contribution to your church. He's like, well, I know rich friends. And she's like, well, I know richer friends. My friends are richer. So if you want this, you send these guys who are just unaliving people for no reason my way, and I'll make sure we make a major contribution to your church. Alicia's not playing. She's on a mission to unalive any criminal that is taking out people on the streets of Chicago. She is not playing, and he's going to do what he needs to do because he knows that Nuck is doing it. So now here we are with the detective, and she's looking at this picture, and she's talking to her partner, and she's like, look at this picture. Who is this? And it looks like Reg, but Reg is dead. And she's like, well, I got a hunch from somebody on the inside, whoever that is, that he's still alive. So they show the pictures of your boy Reg and Jake on his side robbing those ATMs, and they are investigating right now to get Reg out of here. What will happen next? We shall see on the next episode of The Shy.